You know that little kick you get from wasabi powder with your sushi?
Yeah.
Seems simple, right?
Uh-huh.
But today, we're going to dive deep into its global market. Based on a recent report, it's actually quite fascinating.
It really is. We're looking at a market research piece here. It's from Cognitive Market Research, published April 9th, 2025.
Okay.
And our mission, basically, is to unpack this, figure out who's who in the wasabi powder game, what's making it grow, and, what hurdles they might face.
Right, like a quick but thorough briefing for anyone interested.
Exactly. Get you totally up to speed on this surprisingly busy market.
So let's start with the numbers. They kind of set the stage. In 2024, the market was sitting at, what, USD 518.2 million?
That's the figure. And the projections. They're looking at it hitting around USD 825.9 million by 2032. That's a compound annual growth rate of 6.00%.
6%. That's pretty healthy growth. What's fueling that? Is it just more sushi?
Well, that's part of it for sure. The global love for Japanese cuisine isn't slowing down, but it's broader than that. People are just more into spicy, authentic condiments generally.
Yeah, I see that. More adventurous eaters, maybe?
Definitely. Seeking out bolder flavors, trying new things. And there's another angle too, the health perception.
Ah, right. The wasabi scene is kind of healthy, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. People think of it as natural, maybe even having anti-inflammatory or antioxidant benefits. We don't know for sure, but that perception is there.
And that fits with the whole clean label trend.
Totally. Consumers want natural ingredients, things they recognize, plus a general desire for, premium, sort of exotic seasonings. It all adds up.
Okay, so it's growing. Let's talk about who's actually making this stuff. Who are the big players shaping this market? The report names 5 key manufacturers.
Right. Leading the charge is S&B Foods Inc., Japanese company based in Tokyo, been around since 1923. They've got a massive chunk of the market, 22.5%.
Wow, nearly a quarter. That's dominant. Their revenue reflects that, I bet.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. In 2023, roughly USD 1.8 billion. And a good slice of that was from wasabi. They're everywhere, too. Asia, North America, Europe.
Consumer and food service.
Both. They're known for high-quality, authentic stuff, sourcing from Japan using advanced processing. And interestingly, they're moving into organic and even flavored wasabi powders.
So they're innovating, not just sitting on their lead.
Definitely not. Strong brand, constant innovation that's key to their position.
Okay, who's next? Marui, another Japanese company.
Yeah. Marui. They hold a significant share, too, about 12.8%. They're also rooted in traditional Japanese foods.
And their revenue.
Around USD 750 million in 2023, with wasabi being pretty important to that total. Like S&B, they distribute widely in Japan, North America, Europe.
What's their main calling card? What makes Marui stand out?
I'd say it's their focus on quality control and sustainable sourcing. They really zero in on getting those premium-grade wasabi roots.
Quality ingredients again. Seems like a theme.
It absolutely is. And they're also innovating, like creating specific wasabi powders for different cooking needs. It shows they're thinking about how people actually use it. They're really committed to that Japanese culinary authenticity.
Makes sense. Then we had Kinjirushi Co, also Japanese, 9.7% share. And they've been around for over 100 years.
That's right, over a century in the business. Their 2023 revenue was about USD 500 million. Again, wasabi is a big part of that.
What are they known for specifically?
Meticulous production. They use carefully cultivated roots, really focusing on the process.
So craftsmanship almost.
We could say that. Heritage plays a role. And like the others, they're pushing further into North America and Europe. One thing they're working on is innovative packaging, making it more convenient.
Okay, so heritage, quality, and now convenience. Strong combo.
Absolutely. Solid distribution helps too.
All right, let's shift gears a bit. Outside of Japan, there's Eden Foods Inc. from the U.S., right? 7.6% market share.
Correct. Eden Foods is interesting because they come at it from the organic angle, founded back in '68, based in Michigan.
So their wasabi powder is organic.
Yeah, sourced from organic roots. Marketed as all natural, no preservatives. This really clicks with health-conscious consumers, especially in North America.
That clean label organic trend we mentioned earlier.
Exactly. Their 2023 revenue was around USD 220 million, and a good chunk comes from organic condiments like wasabi. They've successfully targeted that niche.
And they probably emphasize sustainability, too.
They do. Eco-friendly practices, recyclable packaging, that's part of their brand identity. They've really carved out that organic, clean label space.
Got it. And the last of the top 5 is Hime, another Japanese brand.
Yes, Hime. A well-established name, known for traditional condiments, they hold about 6.5% of the market,
Revenue-wise.
around USD 150 million in 2023, and Wasabi's contribution is definitely growing for them. Their powder is known for, again, authentic taste and just being easy to use.
You see Hime products pretty often in stores, don't you?
Yeah, they've got wide retail availability, used a lot in homes but also in professional kitchens. And like Kinjirushi, they've been introducing new packaging for both consumers and food service.
So focusing on quality and meeting what consumers want seems to be their game plan.
Pretty much. Consistency and adapting to preferences.
Okay, so that covers the big five. But you mentioned things are heating up. The report suggests it's getting more competitive.
That's a really crucial point, yeah. While those five are dominant now, the market isn't static. New players are definitely emerging and starting to challenge them.
Like who? Any names we should know?
Well, the report mentions companies like Stonewall Kitchen, Real Wasabi, LLC, Beaverton Foods, Yamada, even Kikkoman.
Kick him out. Seriously. The soy sauce people.
Yep. Which, when you think about it, kind of makes sense, right? They already have massive distribution networks and a reputation for quality. They can leverage that for wasabi powder.
Huh. Hadn't thought of that. What about the others? Real Wasabi, LLC.
Their angle seems to be hyper-authenticity, focusing maybe more on, like, actual fresh wasabi root products, really stressing the ingredient quality, the premium aspect, differentiating from just powder.
So targeting a slightly different, perhaps more gourmet market.
Potentially, yeah. And then you have Beaverton Foods, known for sauces generally. They're branching out with different wasabi flavors, blends, trying to appeal maybe more broadly.
Interesting. Playing with flavor profiles. And Yamada.
Yamada seems to be leaning into sustainability and traditional farming. That could really appeal to the environmentally conscious crowd.
Right. It feels like these newer companies are finding specific angles, don't they? Exploiting that shift towards natural and organics that we talked about.
Absolutely. That's a huge opportunity for them. If you're a newer brand offering a genuinely good organic wasabi, you can gain traction because consumers are actively looking for that.
They might be more nimble, too, able to focus on those trends quicker than the giants.
Possibly. Which leads to the question, how can these new entrants actually succeed? What does it take to break in or grab more share in this market?
Does the report offer any guidelines on that, like a roadmap for success?
It does offer some valuable pointers, yeah. Fundamentally, it starts with the product itself. High quality, authentic wasabi.
Sourcing matters.
Hugely. Finding reputable suppliers, maybe even building an identity around transparency, like where the wasabi comes from, maybe partnering with local farms. Authenticity is key.
People want that story, that connection to the source.
Exactly. Then comes innovation. It's not just about plain powder anymore, maybe unique spice blends, certified organic options, gluten-free, allergen-free, addressing specific
And
needs.
packaging came up before, too.
Right. Sustainable packaging is increasingly important. Plus convenience, think single-serving packs, easy-pour containers, things that fit modern lifestyles.
Makes sense. Beyond the product, how do they reach people?
Smart regional expansion. The demand is global, so targeting growth areas, Asia-Pacific, North America, Europe is crucial, but you need tailored marketing for each region.
Partnering with restaurants, maybe? Gourmet shops?
That's a great strategy, yeah. Especially for building that premium image. Getting into high-end restaurants or specialty food stores can really boost visibility and credibility.
So it boils down to a great, authentic product, smart innovation, and targeted expansion. And underpinning all of that is
Authentic ingredients and sustainable sourcing. It keeps coming back to that. Securing high-quality roots, whether from famous regions in Japan or local farms using traditional methods, building relationships with those farmers.
and being eco-friendly in how you do it.
Increasingly, yes. Sustainable farming, environmentally sound packaging. It's moving from a nice-to-have to almost an expectation for many consumers. It reinforces that authenticity message, too.
Okay, so wrapping this up, this deep dive really shows a wasabi powder market that's, well, growing steadily, fueled by our taste for spice, Japanese food, and this whole health and natural trend.
Yep. We've got the established leaders, S&B, Marui, Kinjirushi, Eden Foods, Hime, each with their strengths.
But it's not a closed shop. The competition's getting fiercer. New players like Real Wasabi, Beaverton, Kikkoman are shaking things up.
Right. They're challenging the big guys by focusing hard on authenticity, coming up with new product ideas, and really pushing sustainability.
And for anyone wanting to succeed in this space, new or old, those seem to be the keys. Keep it authentic, keep innovating, think sustainably, and be smart about where you sell.
Absolutely. And what's fascinating, I think, is how this relatively small market wasabi powder really reflects those bigger consumer shifts, that demand for premium, real, sustainably made food.
Yeah.
It's not just a niche thing anymore.
No, it's clearly reshaping the whole food landscape. Makes you wonder, doesn't it? How is this push for authenticity and sustainability playing out in other seemingly specific food markets? What can we learn from wasabi about our broader values as consumers and where food production might be heading?
It's definitely more than just taste, isn't it? It's about the story, the values behind the spice.
Food for thought, indeed.